Hello, Facebook friends. This is Obed Norman. Today is my special day. It's my birthday. And for that reason, I have decided to communicate with you on this live video because there's a very important project on which I am working, and I would love for you to become my partners in that project. Now, as some of you might know, I'm now retired, but I worked for many decades as a science education professor. And in my work, in my research work, I have now developed an intervention which is aimed at solving the problem of the achievement gap. Some of you might have heard about the achievement gap. The achievement gap is that difference between how black students do with respect to white students. There is this gap, and we want to close that gap so that all students can do as well. All students can reach their full potential in the study of STEM. Now, in the last half of the 1990s, I was awarded a research grant by the National Science Foundation. And in that research project, I was looking into whether we can develop an intervention that we can use so that black students can do as well in STEM as white students, for instance, do. My brief was, can you find an intervention that will close the achievement gap? At the same time, in about the second half of the 1990s, there were three economists, two from MIT and one from Harvard, and they were also studying the problems of interventions. What they were studying was, how can we use education interventions in our fight against global poverty? And the reason why I'm telling you that is to show you the importance of interventions. Because in 2019, those three professors, three economists who were working on the problem of intervention and how it can be used to help to solve global poverty, they were awarded the 2019 Nobel Prize in Economics. So the point here is that interventions are really important, and even at the level of the Nobel, where our best minds are working on the most pressing problems of humanity, at that level there is a recognition of the importance of education interventions. So I was working on interventions with a grant from the National Science Foundation in the late 90s. After working on these problems for 20 years, I have now developed an intervention. And in 2013, in the academic year 2012-2013, I had an opportunity to test my intervention, see if it worked. So I went into a biology department at an HBCU, historically black college. HBCU stands for historically black colleges, universities. I went into a biology department at the HBCU, and I tested my intervention. In the first semester, I followed the same methods that everybody else was following. When I did that, I got the same results that everybody was getting. Everybody's results were around about the 50%. Mine was 47%, a little lower than the others, but still in the ballpark of the 50%. That's what I got when I followed the same methods that everybody else was doing. And by the way, using those methods, those professors had been getting the same results, about 50%, for the decade before that I came into the department. That was 50%, was about the average. Around about 50% was the average that everybody else was getting always with in the introductory biology course. Now, in the second semester, while I was doing this testing of my intervention, in the second semester, I implemented the full intervention that I had developed. And when I implemented the intervention, this is what happened. My students' average shot up to 72%. And 72% is about the average that for an introductory biology course that you also get at the predominantly white institutions. So really for my students, using my interventions, I had actually eliminated the achievement gap for those particular students. And having done that, we now have the data, because I'm not the only one that got these good results using the intervention that I had developed, because I had developed that intervention using research, using intervention principles that had been used in many other studies with the same excellent results for students. So we have the proof now that when we use these interventions, and when we, as I have done, combine this, then the combined effect of that when we combine all those intervention principles, we can get really good results for our students. And now I have decided, the project for which I want you to become my partner is, I have now decided, and I have already started a non-profit. That non-profit is called Stemlife. STEM stands for Science, Technology, Education, and Mathematics, and LIFE stands for Learning Improvement for Everyone. That non-profit has now been established, and we now qualify for 501c3 designation by the federal government. And what I want you to do, with the help that I seek from you, is to support me in getting this Stemlife non-profit to the position where we can apply for grants from the federal government, grants from the National Science Foundation, and grants from private foundations, which is the same thing that they do at the Khan Academy. You might, many of you might know about the Khan Academy, which is a website where students can go and learn and take courses about science and math and engineering, right, on a variety of levels, right? It's a very huge project, and all their work is provided for free to the students and the professors. And the reason why they can provide that instruction for free is because they are funded by the public, by public donations, and by getting grants from the government and from the foundations. And I want you to help me. I'm starting just now with Stemlife. So my appeal to you is to help me to get Stemlife established, so that we can get to the position where we are able to then apply for grants. Because before you can apply for grants, you have to have a certain infrastructure. We must get the website. We must get donation platforms, right? So here are the specific things for which I seek your support. I have a YouTube channel, which you can go to it right now if you just Google my name on the YouTube website, and I have some videos there on the intervention. But the most important thing is that I have developed an online course which I'm still in the process of developing a web presence where students and teachers can come to the website and then enroll in that course for free. They don't pay a cent, so that this intervention that I have developed, that has been so successful, that can be used by STEM professors and STEM teachers, high school and college. Right now I'm just working on high school and college students and college professors, so they can then use that intervention to help the students do as well as my students did. And in the case of my students, for my students, I eliminated the achievement gap. What I zapped the gap. And I want all the teachers out there to zap the gap. Because if that, now at this point, if that gap continues, it will be because we choose for it to continue. Because we have a solution, right? So what I'm asking you to do is to, as time goes on and as I get to that stage, I will let you know when I have the platforms at which you can donate your funds to the project, right? And I might also start a podcast in which I talk about the issues from time to time. And for YouTube channel, there will also be a Facebook presence dedicated to Stemlife. Please like my Facebook, because when that's how you can support what I'm doing, by liking my Facebook things on the Stemlife Facebook wall, and you can subscribe to the YouTube channel, right? So that in that way we can get the funding in addition to donating funds, which I will let you know when I have the all the platforms set up where you can donate those funds. So please become my partner. Just like Uncle Sam says, I want you. Now I'm telling you, I want you to be my partner in STEM life. Thank you, Facebook buddies, and I will be talking to you from time to time about this project and keep you updated as to when we will be in a situation where we can receive your support for this very important project. I'm sure many of you are interested in science, in STEM education, which is STEM stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And I'm sure you are all very much interested in it, and that you would like this project to become widely used so that we can eliminate the achievement gap. But I'll talk more about, give you details. Every week I'll have some kind of a video or something where I tell you more about the project. So stay tuned, stay well. Thank you.